Hello, I'm Elizabeth and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you how to make my family's favorite dish. It is the Godzilla of Sushi Towers. So it has a little bit of all their favorites in this one tower. And so to get started, we will have raw salmon, raw tuna, little tiny salad shrimp, shredded crab meat. So this is not fresh crab meat, it's imitation crab meat that has been shredded, and I have about a cup of this and a quarter cup of Japanese mayo. In addition to, we have different roes. So we have flying fish roe with wasabi, that's the green one. We have black, and then we have the orange. And so in this dish over here, I have chopped up some Philadelphia cream cheese, cucumbers, avocado, and scallions. So let's get started. So I'm going to add some sushi flavored seasoning vinegar to my hands to help with the rice. So I'm going to take rice into the palm of my hand. My hands are on the smaller side, so it takes me a while to form the base of this tower. So here I have a good size ball, just slightly pressing it together and go back for more rice. I go with a very generous foundation. This particular tower feeds my family of 4 as an appetizer. So it's 2 fistfuls put together. So now I'm trying to kind of put a flat top to the rice ball. And that's really how I start off. And we're going to keep piling on. Next, I am going to add the avocados to this layer right here. So the avocado is chopped into cubes. It is a very messy start, but I promise you, it looks good in the end. I'm going to wipe my hands down. There we go. So, while I have the different fish here, we need to talk about how I season them. I have a tablespoon of sushi seasoning. So that is the rice vinegar with the salt and sugar already added to it on the salmon, and then I did another tablespoon on the tuna. In addition to that, I use a lighter soy sauce. So this particular soy sauce has a lemon citrus flavor to it, and I put a tablespoon of that as well on each fish. And they sit in that while I'm assembling everything else and chopping up, and then I just kind of flip them over. And here you see where I've chopped up the fish into little cubes. So this is what I will be working with, not these larger pieces. So clean that off the workstation. So here we have the avocado. My next layer is crab. And I like to add the salad shrimp into this. So I'm going to mix it together. And again, in this, for moisture, I've added the Japanese mayo, which also gives it a sweet flavor. And the shrimp, I like to add just for another texture. And they're fun and cute. So I'm going to grab a fistful of this. It's a very messy assembly. And I'm going to smush it together to create this ball. It even sounds smushy. Okay. Yeah, it's all a balancing act. Try to pile this up. It's okay if it falls. I said the mountain exploded, that's okay. Each particular piece is going to be slightly smaller than the last. I have not been able to go too tall without it toppling over. Okay, our next layer is going to be cream cheese. My family likes the cream cheese in the rolls and in the tower. So the cream cheese was cut up into cubes, but as cream cheese sits, it kind of starts to mush together, but it breaks up well later. Now I'm going to add the salmon. Salmon on top. And as I'm smushing, I reform the bottom layer. It's okay if salmon falls off. Next, cucumbers on top of the salmon. Last but not least, our tuna. And so here I'm kind of forming it into more of a point than a sphere. And then I let the tuna just fall around the plate. So tuna, salmon. So I joke that my volcano erupted. There we go. Let's move these items out of the way so you can have a better view. Okay, so next we're going to add some toppings. So move these closer to my hands. See, here I have the sriracha, the sweet, so nagi seasoning sauce, and we have sriracha mayo. Dry my hands some. So I'm going to drizzle that across. Very generous. And last but not least, a little sriracha. Depends on your family's desire for spice. If your family is not into hot flavors, then I would hold back on the sriracha and go with the spicy mayo. It's not as hot. And then this one is the Japanese mayo. There we go. I'm gonna add some scallions. So this is green onions chopped up. We have the green roe. It's okay if it drizzles down. And then we have the black. All right, almost there. And for the very top of the mountain, I have orange, and it follows down. And I add this to the sides. It's more about the presentation. It is a very messy tower, so we joke the mountain exploded. It's erupting. There's our, there we go. Now the last part, panko breadcrumbs. They were toasted lightly in the oven, less than 5 minutes, and the temperature is around 250. And so I'll just take some of these. My kids call them crunchies. Mom, I want crunchies. And I would shower it with crunchies. There you go. I call it the Godzilla of sushi towers. So this is the family favorite. It has everything they love in a sushi roll. We have the rice, we have the shredded crab meat, the cream cheese, the salmon, and the tuna, and little tiny shrimp, along with 3 different fish, flying fish roe. So now that we have our sushi tower and our guests are waiting to devour it, we have to smash it. This is the best part. So a lot of people are like, how do I eat that? How do we even start? So one of our favorite restaurants makes a tower similar, and they smash it at the table for you like this. So we're just trying to blend it all together. So it's like a massive roll that's open. There's just no nori sheets. You have to get a bigger plate. So this is a standard size dinner plate. But as you can tell, it is huge. The kids are watching from the side, just like, come on, Mom, we can't wait. Faster. So we're just mixing it in really well so everyone gets even amount of cream cheese, avocados, cucumbers, tuna, salmon, little tiny shrimp, and that wonderful crab meat that is mixed in with the Japanese mayo. Okay, and so now take their little plates and serve.